When we're done talking to the missing scientist, we're immediately going to be attacked by a small horde of Varen. They're really not too big of a deal. I don't think there's any Alpha Varen here, so they're pretty weak. Just try to hit them before they attack you because their melee attacks are strong, and as I am showing here, there's really no reason you can't take them out. Looks like my teammates were being nice and distracting some of them from coming after me. They both died in the process, but that's okay, they'll come back. And then we're going to head on to the other side of this weird road area. And there's going to be a Krogan commander talking to an AI that is going to attack us when he's done. But first of all, I'm just kind of showing my progress on my skill points. I'm trying to max out Spectre training now so I can actually resurrect all my allies no problem. And then I'll probably be going for assault training. But as I said before, you probably want to max out your weapons, then Spectre, and then do whatever else you want after that. Also, Intimidate or Charm, depending on if you're doing Paragon or Renegade. So this upcoming Krogan commander is like every other Krogan we've ever played. He'll probably charge you, use a ton of regeneration abilities, just hit him hard, hit him fast, and then he'll be dead.
Access encrypted No, I don't want to review protocol.
I am unable to comply. Please contact your supervisor.
Damn it! Tell me what I want or I'll blast your virtual ass into actual dust!
Please contact your supervisor for a level 4 security exemption, or make an appointment with...
Stupid machine!
If there is nothing else, please step aside. There is a queue forming behind you for the use of this console. Exogeny Corporation reminds all staff that the discharging of weapons while on company property is strictly forbidden. Welcome back, Research Assistant Elizabeth Bainham. What can I do for you?
What information was the last user attempting to access?
Fetching data. The previous user was attempting to access details on the study of subject species 37, the Thorian.
What did you tell him?
I was unable to provide the previous user with any relevant data. Aside from lacking proper access, there has been no new data available on Species 37. All sensors monitoring the observation post at Zoo's Hope have been inactive for several cycles.
What does Zeus Hope have to do with the Thorian?
Species 37 is located within the substructure of the Zoo's Hope outpost.
Tell me everything you know about the Thorian.
The Thorian is a simple plant life form that exhibits a sentient behavior uncommon with other flora. Through dispersion and the eventual inhalation of spores, it can affect and control other organisms, including humans. The Zoo's Hope control group has yielded interesting results. Before sensors went offline, almost 85% of all test subjects were infected.
Exogeny knew all along what would happen to those people.
It was deemed necessary to assess the true potential of Species 37.
No wonder they were behaving so strangely.
Your pilot should be warned.
Joker. Come in, Joker. Damn it, that field's blocking us.
We need to drop that field and get back to Zeus Hope.
VI, tell me about the field surrounding the facility.
I have limited data on the Geth. They have effectively blocked all sensors within the facility. I have detected unusual power fluctuations, but am unable to determine the source.
What do you know about the Geth?
I have no specifics on the Geth as they relate to this facility. All sensors have been purposely decommissioned since their arrival.
I want to know about Exogeny Corporation.
Exogeny Corporation is at the forefront of human expansion in the new galactic economy, funding colonial development and securing resource rights to ensure our progress as a species. Further inquiries regarding company policy may be directed to Consumer Information Services during regular business hours.
Who's in charge here? Who organized the research?
All decisions about local resource analysis and acquisition are made by on-site management, deferring to the board of directors only when seasonal quotas are missed or exceeded. Individual employee records are confidential.
Tell me about the Thorian.
Species 37 was discovered several weeks ago when a small team was infected with spores while examining ruins near the Zoo's Hope outpost. The outpost was quarantined immediately, and study of the infection began. Within 21 days, 58% of colonists exhibited altered behavior. Within 28 days, 85%.
What's the size of this thing?
The Thorian appears to be a diffused creature. Its cognitive abilities are centered in large nerve bundles, but it receives data from kilometers of meandering tendrils. We have discovered bundles approximately 1 meter in diameter, but these seem insufficient to coordinate the massive sensory potential it possesses. It may simply process such stimulation slowly, or perhaps there is a nerve cluster of a greater magnitude we have not yet encountered.
Is it intelligent? Can I reason with it?
The Thorian does not exhibit the focused behavior of a predator. The release of spores is an act of survival, not aggression. It does trigger advanced behaviors in the humans it enslaves, but we have yet to discover whether it recognizes or is capable of recognizing humans as more than tools. It is sufficiently alien as to defy classification at this time.
Where's the center of this thing?
The Thorian is present as a weave of tendrils across much of the lower surface of Feros. Observation of enslaved subjects suggests there may be key clusters that are tended by thralls. Unfortunately, direct observation of species 37 is limited, or non-existent.
Do you know how the creature controls its slaves?
The will subversion manifests as intense pain if directives are ignored. The effect is severe enough that subjects are soon conditioned against even minor thoughts of rebellion. Observation suggests the Thorian views its thralls in a utilitarian way. Care is apparently taken to avoid injuring them, much as a craftsman avoids damaging his tools. As long as no action is taken against the creature's objectives, the subjects are free to pantomime a normal existence until specifically tasked with something.
Please access my personal files.
Elizabeth Bainham, Research Assistant, Biomedical Division, Security Level 4 exemption. You are currently under probation due to disagreements with management over established company policy. These sanctions may be lifted if your next evaluation is more agreeable.
What triggered the probation?
You were marked as combative about the operations of the Zoo's Hope project, specifically regarding the handling of the infected colonists. As a result, you were tasked with monitoring the safety of the colonists for the duration of the observation.
That's enough for now.
Going to standby mode.
Once the AI has given us all the information we can mostly hope for, we learn that we have to get the power back to the station because it's getting sucked by the Geth ship. Something along those lines. Maybe that's not at all what's happening. I kind of forgot exactly why we have to knock the Geth ship out of here, but whatever the exact reason is, we do have to get the Geth ship off of this world, or off of this planet. I think it has something to do with...
The Geth use these claws to anchor their ships to the sides of buildings.
The Geth don't waste much finessing their landings. How do we cut the power if it's coming from the ship?
It will be difficult.
Okay, I actually just remembered. I know it has something to
But
do
the Geth
with...
are very thorough.
This place
Why can't I find the right words? My goodness. Okay. The Geth ship is blocking the transmission to the Normandy. That's what we're getting rid of it for. There's a glowing orb and some kind of ritual site here. I don't know if that was ever expanded upon later in later games or any other Mass Effect media, but I remember seeing the glowing orb, and I don't really remember hearing about it ever again. And when I tried to approach it, nothing really happened. I think my friends talked, and that was about it. But anyway, we're going to have to break some hydraulics to get the Geth ship off of Feros here, or at least off this building, and that will allow us to communicate with the Normandy again. See there, I remembered almost all of it. There's going to be a few rooms that we're going to have to navigate through. Most of them have really bad cover as usual, and something from above is shooting me, but I can't really see it. I think my teammates ended up killing it. Looks like it was a stalker. And there's going to be a couple of these stupid barriers that we will eventually be able to get rid of, but for now we're just going to head the way that is not blocked off to us. And there's going to be a lot of combat, but most of it's not too difficult. I think the hardest part in Feros might just be the really badly placed cover that's everywhere. There's going to be more Krogan here, and these guys really just charged right up on top of me as fast as they could. Oh my goodness. And then that guy nearly killed me, but managed to get him, and then Garrus bravely runs in, distracts that Krogan, gets immediately destroyed, and allows me to crack this Krogan's spine with a couple of shotgun blasts. And this Krogan just does not want to die. There he finally goes. I think I used the revive ability from the Spectre line to get them up. And now I have to wait on my stupid metagel to regenerate. So here's a side quest of data that we can collect. This is for the doctor back in the second set of colonists. And I think a lot of the stuff that you do in Mass Effect 1 for those little side quests, it seems really pointless right now, but a lot of those characters show up in Mass Effect 3, and I think maybe some of them in 2, but most of them in 3. It's kind of interesting. If you ever force yourself to sit down and complete every possible thing in the Mass Effect series, it is actually kind of surprising how expansive that the consequences went. And people are going to argue all day that they don't matter, but I still think it's kind of cool that you can do something in the first game and then it gets acknowledged in the third one. And that is something that they managed to keep in line pretty well. It is surprising to me they were able to keep track of any of that at all. But I'm not sure if this doctor guy ever shows up. But I only bring that up because there's pretty much no real reason to do that mini quest except for a little bit of experience and money immediately right now, because you don't really hear about the doctor ever again after this world is over. So we're going to head on inside of here, and I'm going to throw my teammates into the fire ahead of me, and they're going to take most of the immediate damage, and then I can try to take out the scary guys, and then we can get rid of pretty much all of them. There's a couple of these terminals that I can't do because I didn't get, I think, Tally's decryption or electronics, one of those things. I didn't get them high enough.
We don't have the ordnance to blow this claw. Let's keep looking.
So that area that the cutscene just showed us is where we are trying to actually get to. And there's going to just be one mini Geth in our way. Most of these decryptions give you items, but a lot of them will give you quests or hints as to what's to come. There's actually, I was kind of surprised, there's a lot of little hints in Mass Effect 1 that you miss the first time you play it, that you have no idea that they were going to end up being important later on. And for one of them that's one of the coolest, I think, is that there's a planet description that talks about how it had a giant gash in the side of the planet, and it theorized that a massive ancient weapon must have damaged it. And around that same planet in Mass Effect 2 is where you find the derelict Reaper, and that was the Reaper that got shot by one of the big giant weapons that we end up using. And I kind of hope these aren't spoiling a million things. I don't think it is, because most people have played the game series by now, and on top of that, it's all in the weapon description, so it's nothing that's really told to you directly through the story. That's something that you kind of figure out by reading the wiki, and I did not read the wiki to find that out, I'm proud to say. But it's just, there's all kinds of little examples like that that are in Mass Effect 1 that really just kind of hint to the future that I think most people have missed. And Mass Effect is a very well written game, despite what I'm sure many people might argue with me about. But, you know, if you don't like the game, then you don't have to. Nothing wrong with that either. Alright, so now we're going to also get a mention of Cerberus. That comes up a lot later. And we need to knock the hydraulics off. So we kind of have to do a puzzle, and we need the PSI to be between 31 and 34. So I believe I get this wrong the first time. We have to push the buttons that'll raise the PSI by like 7 and 14 and 3. Something like that. Yeah, like 13, 11, and then we can try to get between 31 and 30 PSI. So we can see in the bottom right next to our mini-map, that'll tell us what our pressure needs to be at. So too high won't work and too low won't work. And I think I get it wrong the first time, so I pick 11, 13, and 5, and then I'm too high. So I needed to pick 7 and I would have been fine. So anyway, we're just going to let that reset. We'll pretend I can add. There we go. 11, 13, 7 is all we have to do. That'll knock the Geth ship off for us. And that's going to be it for this video of Feros. We'll continue on to the next one.
Very good. The field barring the exit will be down. Now we can go deal with the Storian creature. I hope that ship was full of those Geth bastards.
Keep your guard up. There still might be a few Geth inside the base.
I repeat, Normandy to shore party. Are you reading? Anyone there? Normandy to shore party. Come on, Commander. Talk to me.
Is that you, Joker? What's going on over there?
We're in lockdown here, Commander. Something happened to the colonists. They're banging on the hull, trying to claw their way inside the ship. They're freaking out.
Keep those colonists away from the Normandy. Gun them down if you have to.
Will do, Commander. We'll fire off a few warning shots. That should set them running.
We're leaving. But let's rid this place of those damn synthetics before we go.